What does Monty Rice mean to the defense? You've played against him. You've seen him at Georgia football. I mean, how important is it that he's back 100%?
Well, he's a great leader. Becoming a better vocal leader, pretty much the base of our defense. Makes calls, so everybody looking to him to get everybody in the right position and stuff. So he's a real detrimental to our team.
Have you been an asset to James Cook at all as he's made the progression from last year coming off the injury?
Most definitely. Him and Zamir, I think I'm in a role now where they kind of look to me as that older guy, that role model type of guy. Just trying to do everything good on and off the field so they can see how it's supposed to be done.
What should be expected from Zamir this year, and how surprised you think fans might be with what he ultimately will
I
accomplish?
think everybody should be excited for him. We're all excited for him to see what he can get out and do. I was just talking to him about 20 minutes ago. He's just so happy just to play football again. He's been out the game for a minute, so just trying to give him a little pointers, just keep his head high. He's done a great job of that. He's a real self-motivated young man.
Can you tell us more about that conversation, I guess? What was his reaction? Did you just ask him?
I asked him, "Are you ready?" Like, "Yeah, you all right?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm good. I can't wait." It just feels so good to get back, and I'm happy for him. I'm ready to see him go.
On the other end of that, how bad did you feel for him last year? Because he probably had the same feeling last year coming back. And then he gets hurt again. How hard was that?
It was hard for everybody in the organization. He was doing so well. He was on the right track, and just to get injured on a non-play, he didn't have the ball. So just stuff like that. But like I said, he's worked really extremely hard just to get back to this point. So we're all excited for him.
Have you gotten any indication that he might be catching more out of the backfield?
I think so. We do a lot of things differently than last year. So as running backs, I think we'll be a little bit more involved in the passing game.
Are you a little bit leaner than what you were last year?
Yeah.
Like you are some.
I lost about 3 pounds, gained some muscle, so I feel good.
What are you? What?
I'm 212.
212.
Yeah.
You play about 215, 216.
Last year I was like 216.
Have you seen anything out of McIntyre? I know you guys haven't put pads on yet, but have you seen enough out of him to have an idea what he might offer?
He's real versatile as well. I'm gonna bring him along slowly. He's that freshman phase, coach is yelling at him, not knowing where to go, stuff like that. So camp is gonna be real good for him just to get things going. But he'll definitely be a great player for us.
Do you wonder how the offense is going to look at Andy with Coley calling plays? You've been here with Cheney. How do you think that's going to play out? Are you curious? With James Coley calling the plays, are you curious how that's going to play out in terms of, if he's going to do the same types of stuff that Cheney did?
It's going to play out well. 2 different type of coaches, but same team here. So the things Coach Coley does, we going to mold ourselves to do that to perfection. So everything is going well. It's been going well, Coach Coley. We're really excited.
How's the mood shifted from Cheney to Coley? You said two different types of coaches.
No, not really a mood shift. I wouldn't say that. Just a different type of offense. He brings different aspects. Both great coaches and stuff like that, but not really a mood switch.
And what's the team reaction, I guess, when they see you do it, when you get to the sideline after like that Kentucky game?
Everybody's real hyped. They support it. Kind of like one of the wild moments to get the team going. So I'm blessed to have that ability.
Pick that spot so you use that.
It kind of depends on where the defender is at, his angle. I don't really think when I run stuff just happens. So depending on where the defender is at, I make things look like that.
Human nature, it's hard to turn the page last year. How hard is it to put that aside and move forward?
It's not hard at all. New season, new people. So I'm really focused on 2019 Georgia Bulldogs. Great group of guys here. Leadership has been real good. So I think we're on a great path.
Can you learn anything though? I mean, you, Coach, the way he put it was, you don't dwell on the past, but you do have to learn from it. Do you think y'all learned any lessons from the past couple of years and the way they ended?
Well, yeah, definitely. Got finished better first and foremost. Just little things. Focusing on special teams more, just different stuff like that. Just little things that we can always get better, always improve. I think we set our own expectations. The sky's the limit for us. We'll be as good as we want to be. Like I said, we got a great group of guys here, and we're finding a lot in camp.
Is it still a run-first offense, or do you get tilted?
We want to be dominant. We want to run the ball and pass the ball. As much as we do either or, so we're going to be good on both sides.
How's DeAndre worked out? How's you different DeAndre from?
More mature. Carry myself a little bit different. I know the offense well, so just being that role model for the young guys, just always leading by example, in front of the line, stuff like that. Just stuff like that. Just being that role model for the young guys. guys.
What are you seeing out of Zamir and working out with him this summer as he continues to try and progress?
Real hard work, real self-motivated. I can't wait to see what he's doing. I'm really excited for him. Everybody is. He's a great young man off the field. You know.
Is the offensive line that good?
They are as good as advertised.
What's the growth you see in James coaching year one?
Definitely not true. Like I said, when you're young, when you get thrown in the fire first, you gotta try to adapt and be different from high school to college. So he's doing a great job of just growing up and being more mature and just taking coaching.
Did you go through that phase of trying to be perfect compared to excellent?
I would say so. When I was young, when I would get my opportunities, I would try to do too much. I found myself trying to force a lot of things instead of letting the game come to me.
How are things different for you now that you've sort of been through a couple of camps and sort of a veteran of that running back?
Like I said, just lead the guys. They look at me, see how to do things now. So just trying to reach perfection, knowing I'll never get there. Just trying to do the right things all the time.
Appreciate it. Thank you, Andre.
Whatever my role is going to be, workload the coaches throw at me, I'm ready for that workload.
Just being able to stay healthy too, that's obviously been a little bugaboo for you. Important to keeping those legs out of your arm.
That's very important. I mean, I do a good job of taking care of my body. I always in the gym, I live in the gym, so I'm ready to go. I'm ready to take the work.
Can you compare maybe how you feel the start of this preseason camp compared to like last year when you were getting over those growing injuries?
I feel as best as I felt. This is one of the best off seasons I had in the weight room, running wise, condition, shape. So I feel like I'm ready for the season.
What was different about last offseason for you? I mean, were you kind of having to hold out of some stuff? I mean, were you limited? How was it different last year?
I was not want to say fresh off injury or surgery, but just trying to save myself. I would say just not trying to push it too much to where I would hurt myself again. But now we have any limits.
How many games were you 100%?
I think it really started the game after Florida.
Was when you felt good?
Yeah.
Pretty much Auburn and Kentucky.
Auburn, Kentucky, that little stretch.
That November stretch?
Yeah.
So you hadn't been 100% except for those few games, and then at the end of the year, I think you told me there was something. Was there a slight re-injury or something before Texas? Or,
Slight re-injury.
yeah, because I don't think you said you felt up to speed at the Bulls.
If I remember correctly, my ankle and my toe. That was bothering me a little bit, but pushing through a bit. Now I'm good. I'm ready to go now.
When that touchdown run you had against Auburn, and TV, your dad's on TV doing that whole thing. Did you see your dad up there when that happened, and how cool was that?
In the moment, I kind of saw him, but I didn't see what he was doing. A lot of fans thinking crazy, but they always support me. I appreciate it.
How many times have you seen it, that
I've seen
video of him doing
times,
that?
I've seen it multiple times. It's just funny.
Since you're kind of like that explosive type of player, are there any opportunities in camps and practice where you get shut it off, and you kind of get decided to shut it off?
Always. I mean, in 7-on-7 periods, team periods, anytime I get the ball in space, I'm looking to get closer play.
What does Monty Rice mean to the defense? You played against him and seen enough Georgia football. I mean, how important is it that he's back 100%?
He's a great leader. Becoming a better vocal leader. Pretty much the base of our defense. Makes calls, so everybody's looking at him to get everybody in the right position and stuff. So he's real detrimental to the team.
Have you been an asset here? You all progression from last year coming off injury.
Well, definitely. Him and Zamir, I think I'm in a role now where they kind of look to me as that older guy, that old role model type of guy. Just trying to do everything good on and off the field so they can see how I'm supposed to be done.
What should be expected from Zamir this year? How surprised you think fans might be?
I think everybody should be excited for him. We're all excited for him to see what he can get out and do. I was just talking to him about 20 minutes ago. He's just so happy just to play football again. He's been out the game for a minute. So just trying to give him a little point, just keep his head high. He's done a great job. He's real self-motivated young man.
You talk more about that conversation, I guess. What was his reaction?
I asked him, are you ready? Yeah, all right? He's like, yeah, I'm good. I can't wait. It just feels so good to get back. I'm happy. I'm ready to see him go.
On the other end of that, how bad did you feel for him last year? Because he probably had the same feeling last year coming back. I mean, and then he gets hurt again. How hard was that?
It was hard for everybody in the organization. He was doing so well, he was on the right track, and just to get injured on a non-play when he didn't have the ball. So just stuff like that. But like I said, he worked really extremely hard just to get back to this point. So we're all excited.
Have you gotten any indication that you might be catching more out of the backfield?
I think so. We do a lot of things differently than last year. So I think we'll be a little more involved in the passing game.
Are you a little bit leaner than what you were last year?
Yeah.
Like you are.
I lost about 3 pounds getting some muscle, so I feel good.
Oh, you're really well.
I'm 212.
212.
Yeah.
You play about 215, 216.
Last year I was like 216.
You seen anything out of back? I know you guys haven't put pads on yet, but you've seen enough out of him to have an idea what he might offer?
He's real versatile as well. I'm gonna bring him along slowly. He's that freshman phase, like coach is yelling at him, not knowing where to go, stuff like that. So camp is gonna be real good for him just to get things going. But he'll definitely be a great player for us.
Do you wonder how the offense is going to look at Vandy with Foley calling plays? You've been here with Cheney. How do you think that's going to play out? I'm curious. With James Foley calling the plays, be curious how that's going to play out in terms of, if he's going to do the same types of stuff that Cheney did.
It's gonna play out well. It's 2 different type of coaches, but the same team here. So the things Coach Coley does, we mold ourselves to do that to perfection. So everything is going well. It's been going well. Coach Coley, really excited.
How's the mood shifted from Cheney to Coley? You said two different types of coaches.
No, not really a mood shift. I wouldn't say that. Just a different type of offense. He brings different aspects. Both great coaches and stuff like that, but not really a mood switch.
All right, thanks, JJ.